If you want to get high kill wins consistently on the brand new Fortune's Keep map, these are the 5 best meta loadouts that you should be using right now to do so. First, shout out to Noti Gang. If y'all would like a notification shout out in my next upload, subscribe with notifications turned on, drop a big fat like on the video, and watch all the way to the very end. Therefore, I know who to pick. Without further ado, here is loadout number 1. I had to start off with the Mark 5. I reached max level with it, and the mobility on this makes for some crazy plays that you could pull off. It's honestly insane. So first, you're going to want to throw on recoil boosters so you can make the shoot a little quicker. That leads to a faster time to kill. It's the only option when it comes to SMGs on the Vanguard side. For the barrel, I had on the Emerdo 342mm, highly accurate, controllable. It makes this thing have little to no recoil. You get some bullet velocity so you can use it at medium and longer ranges. In my opinion, this is the best barrel option. For the optic, I really like the slate reflector. I think the monocular reflector, I probably said that wrong. You could use that as well. And you could also use the NIDAR. It's personal preference, whatever suits you best. I like the slate. For the stock, Emerdo FR. So with this, you get initial firing recoil. So it makes your weapon a little accurate when you first start shooting. And you get movement speed and ADS, boosting up that mobility. So it makes it really quick. For the underbarrel, skeletal. This thing, you now get movement speed with it. Before, it was only ADS, so now you're moving very, very quick. We're only halfway done, and we already have movement speed with the skeletal underbarrel and the stock. For the ammunition, I personally just run it with the 48. I don't think 64 is worth it. You do lose bullet velocity, you lose the movement speed. 48's more than enough, and the reload's really not slow, surprisingly. For the ammunition type, I have on hollow point. I was only using this up close. I wasn't using it as like a sniper support, so hollow point was perfect. For my rear grip, I had on taped. They recently changed it and buffed it. I mean, you get all these pros and no cons. Your weapon's more stable, more movement speed. It is ridiculous. So taped and skeletal are a necessity on all Vanguard SMGs. Trust that. And then my 2 perks I had on were momentum. You get move speed after kills. So every time you get a kill, you move a little quicker. And then perk 2 is quick, sprint speed. I'm telling you, you are the Flash with this new SMG. It is so much fun. Moving on, loadout number 2. What kind of top 5 would this be without the current long-range meta, the NZ41? Now, I did make a video on it, but it just wouldn't make sense for me to not include it. So here's the build for y'all. We got the MX silencer. You get sound suppression, you're off the radar. Damage range to make this thing stronger at long-range gunfights. And you get better recoil control with the horizontal and vertical. For the barrel, I saw a lot of people rocking the burst. They actually nerfed this. You do not want to use the burst barrel anymore. Plus, you got to change it to automatic. It ain't it. Orb Weaver 360. They increased the bullet velocity on this, and that's what this was missing. And by far the best barrel. Take out the burst. It's not it no more. For the optic, I see a lot of people doing the G16. Let me know. Are y'all G16 or SVT users? Me personally, the SVT scope is way better because on the new map, it's a little bit bigger. You could zoom in, which I've done in plenty of my other gameplays, and you could see a lot better. So I personally like this one the most. For the stock, there's so many options. You got 6, but it's an easy choice. Orb Weaver E-Pack, recoil control, accuracy, flinch resistance. It genuinely just doesn't move at all. For my underbarrel, I mean, you already know the deal. M1941 hand stop. Before, you used to get recoil control and then accuracy, and then they changed it to vertical and horizontal recoil control, which is way better. So this is now the best option. Magazine, of course, is a Sakura 50 rounds. It's the biggest mag. You want to be able to take out as many enemies without having to reload. Also, you do get an increase in fire rate, which does lead to a faster time to kill because you're shooting quicker. And on top of that, a little bit of movement speed, a little bit of recoil control. You get everything underneath the sun. It's great. For the ammunition type, lengthened. I mean, we're using the NZ41 for long range only. It makes sense. My rear grip, I went with stippled because polymer was actually nerfed. They decreased the flinch resistance by a lot. So it's not as good as what it used to be. So stippled is the best option now. For my 2 perks, I have on brace for initial firing and recoil. So the first few shots I shoot make my weapon just a tad bit more accurate. And then perk 2 I have on is fully loaded so I can start with maximum ammo when I grab my loadout. Current long range meta without a doubt. Here's loadout number 3. Even though the MP40 isn't the most popular SMG anymore, it still hits. There's a floor loot one that I love so much, and every time I use it, I'm always winning gunfights. So you best bet that the loadout I'm gonna build is gonna be much better than the floor loot version. So for the first attachment, recoil booster, do I got to explain it anymore, man? We've been throwing this on for all of our weapons. For the barrel, I want to go back and use the Krozig, man. That used to be the meta when the integration first hit, but shorts with the move, man. It ain't integration season no more. So if you want to deal more damage, this is it. Damage range, bullet velocity, limb damage. It makes the MP40 stronger. For the optic, you could do the iron sights if you like them, but I personally like the slate reflector a little bit more. The stock crossing 33M folding, or you could do removed. I personally like the folding a lot better. You get movement speed, sprint to fire, so you're a lot quicker on your feet. Underbarrel, like I said, with the Marco 5, man, we have a new build here. We got the skeletal for the movement and ADS, so you're a lot quicker, feel light on your feet. Magazine is a 45 round Gorenko, another increase in fire rate, so this thing shoots incredibly quick. You get recoil control and a little bit of mobility with movement and ADS, so you get everything, man. It's awesome. This is the best magazine for your MP40. For the ammunition type, I personally like hollow point because I get limb damage with this, and I also get limb damage with the barrel, so it makes this thing incredibly strong. For my rear grip, we're gonna go with the newly buffed taped, aiming stability, more movement speed. You're super, super quick. And then my 2 perks I have on are brace, initial firing recoil control, and then perk 2 is quick. So this is a super fast-paced build alongside still maintaining the power of our MP40. You get everything you need with it. This thing is still top tier, even though it's not used as often. Here's loadout number 4. We got the recently buffed Cooper Carbine. I always say this anytime I cover the weapon. It's got to be one of the easiest weapons to use. So if you're maybe just new to Warzone or haven't played in the most recent updates, start off with this and you can just kind of build your way up to other weapons. So for the first attachment, MX silencer, it's going to be a pretty similar build to the NZ41. So I just want to throw that out there. With this, horizontal vertical recoil control makes this thing a beamer. We get damage range to make this thing shrunk, because at default it is a pretty weak weapon, so we're going to be building that up. They did buff the Gracie Auto, what the hell is that? The Gracie Rapid Barrel, but I don't think it's the move still. I think Cooper Custom is still better because you get the fire rate increase, faster TTK, you get more damage range, so you get damage range with the barrel and the muzzle, and it makes it highly accurate and controllable, making it little to no recoil. It's awesome. For the optic, 2 options, just like you had with the NZ41. You could do the G16, but again, I personally really like the SVT scope. That's just been growing on me a lot. For the stock, I always do the Cooper 45W. As you can see, anytime you're mounted, crouched, or prone, your weapon's more accurate, and anytime you're in a gunfight, it's more accurate. So this is the best stock for recoil control, and that's what I'm looking for. For my underbarrel, you already know, M1941 hand stop. It's the best underbarrel for your weapon to be a beamer. Magazine, I always do the 60 because you get the fire rate increase. So this thing shoots incredibly quick and it makes it just super strong. You do lose a little bit of damage, but you don't even notice it because of how fast it shoots. For my ammunition, I already know, man, we're doing long range, so we need lengthened. My rear grip, I'm going with stippled because once again, polymer was nerfed, so it just is just a better option. Now for my perks, I changed it up quite a bit here. So before I would run tight grip, but this did receive a nerf, so brace is the better option. And then perk 2 is fully loaded, so you can start with maximum ammo. Like I said, it's a very similar build to my NZ41 because a lot of the attachments on both weapons share the same pros and cons. I told you I was saving the best for last. We have the MP7. Now word on the street is that the thing got buffed. I see a lot of people using it. Is it really buffed? I really don't think so, man. But for some reason, it hits differently on the brand new Fortune's Keep map. First, we have monolithic suppressor, so you're off the radar. I just don't like when enemies know where I'm at. We also get damage range, so you can actually use this at medium ranges and sometimes outgun ARs if they start missing their shots. For the barrel, you're going to do the longest barrel, which is the FSS Recon, or if you want to save some of your mobility, you could do the strike barrel. I personally like the Recon more. You get damage range and bullet velocity, a little bit of recoil control, so your weapon's stronger and more accurate. How could you ever hate on that? For my third attachment, I have on no stock. So as we were talking about the Marco and the MP40 builds, you're super fast, man. It's kind of hard to compete with those SMGs when these ones are a little bit slower, so you need to keep up with the times, man. Throw on a no stock so you're a little bit faster and you can keep up with those Vanguard guns. The mobility bar, I mean, look at it, man. It flies up. For the underbarrel, I like to do Merc 4 grip because for some reason I hit fire quite a bit with the MP7. And then my last and final attachment on the MP7 is the 60 round magazine, so I can take out multiple enemies without having to reload. Quick and easy. I love the 5 attachments, man. The 10 attachments is way too much on the Vanguard guns, but there you have it. If you guys are looking for some perks, here you go. I'd love to run double time. I know quick fix is the better option, so run whatever you prefer, but I just love feeling like incredibly light on my feet, especially with those new Vanguard builds. It's unbelievable. Perk 2, Overkill, of course, because I'm always running 2 primaries. We got an SMG and AR at all times. And then perk 3, we got Amped. It's just my personal favorite. I think Combat Scout would work very, very well, especially on the new map, because there's just so many tents that you could wall bang. Combat Scout's a great option. And then we got throwing knives to finish our down kills, and then stims to get out of those sticky situations, man. So let me know what weapons I missed out on. Which loadout in this top 5 do you personally like the most? And if you made it to the end, please drop a like. It really does help push the video. And I'll see you guys tomorrow's upload. You guys all stay safe. Have a great day, and I'm out. Peace.